message.
There it is, 39-37 was the score at the end of the first half. Welcome back to our March Magic set, along with Ricky Moore and Ross Jones. I'm Joe Tessitore. When we come back, we will be breaking down the first half, an inside word from the two co-captains, plus a look ahead to the second half when we return. Welcome back to our special edition of March Magic. Here we are at the half a couple weeks later. 39-37 was the score. Rosh, what was your mindset when you looked up at that scoreboard and saw 39-37?
Well, to tell you the truth, once I seen the score was a two-point game, I knew in my heart, but I also seen it in my teammates' eyes, and I felt the energy and intensity that we were going to win this game. And I could just feel that, you know, from, I'll say, like the 10-minute mark of the first half, you know, into the end of the first half. I knew that we was going to win this game. Well,
it was 9-2 Duke at one point, and I think a lot of people across the country were saying, uh-oh, here we go again, the typical Duke blowout. But our friend Ricky Moore went to it. I'm claiming this to be the greatest offensive stretch you've had since high school. Take a look at what happened. Ricky really started to heat things up, and we'll pick it up with Ricky Moore on the drive when it was 9-2 Duke, and he really showed something here.
Definitely. I just, William Avery came out and challenged me, and I went by him and I scored on the layup. And right here, I went by the defense and tried to get a foul with Elton Brand. It didn't work, but, you know, I scored the basket.
It was 9-8 Duke, and then right here, a little 16-footer, 12-12, but then the Magic. How about taking the lead with the long ball?
Yeah, definitely. I saw Corey McGarry coming out on me, and I just wanted to knock down that shot and get the crowd going and get my teammates going.
All right, be honest with me. Were you in the zone, my friend? Because it looked like you had everything going. It was going to go in if it left your hand there.
Yeah, definitely. I was holding it back all season long, and I knew at the right time I had to step up, and I really stepped up big in that game.
Now, you guys didn't stop attacking. Rosh, you got yourself into the act, and this is a moment, let's take a look here. This was a moment when I think Duke realized, hey, they're not going away. This is going to be a war all game long. It was tied 32-32 here, Rosh.
Yeah, with that play right there, that was a little chase play we had, and what I did, you know, passed to Ricky, and then Jake stepped up and set the screen for me. I just filled up the screen, and I seen Trajan come at me, so head fake, you know, pull off the glass.
We've been talking about this. I think this was a key point where you could almost see it in Duke's eyes that you guys aren't going away, and they knew it.
Well, that was, you know, a key factor, you know, going into the game. We've seen a lot of tape with them, and we've seen all season how they just dominated, you know, other teams. And, you know, we were saying to ourselves, you know, all season long when we used to sit in the locker room and watch them, you know, watch them play on TV, that when we play Duke, we're going to be physical with them and bang them around and let them know that the Big East is here. And that's exactly what we did.
All right, we will have more with Rosh and Ricky here on our halftime show, including a look at the 4-point play that would give Duke the lead when we come back. Welcome back to our special edition of March Magic, the rebroadcast of the championship game. We're here at halftime with Ricky Moore and Ross Jones, and we know it was a great, great first half, but right there at the end, you got yourself into a little something with Trajan Langdon, who's an ace three-point shooter. Let's take a look. It was 36-35. UConn led, and walk me through this, Ricky.
Yeah, I was just trying to body him up and make him drive, and he shot over me, and I held my hand up, and the ref called foul, and I stared at the ref because I couldn't believe he made that call.
I think a lot of people couldn't believe that. He would convert it. It would be a 4-point play. What'd you make of the call there?
I mean, it was in the ref's hands, so there's nothing I could do about it. I wanted to take his stripes after that call, but there was nothing I could do.
Let me ask you this. A lot of people talk about Uncle Mo and momentum, and a lot of people would say, man, oh man, a 4-point play rush at the end of a half like that where UConn was with them back and forth. All momentum's on Duke.
Yeah, but, you know, that was a great shot that he hit. But we wasn't going to let that shot, you know, take us away from, you know, what we were trying to accomplish out there. And we were still hungry. After he made that shot, that made us even more hungrier and more upset. So we just went out there with a reckless abandon and just, you know, try to take the game away from him. And that's what we did, you know, took it away from him defensively.
All right, so you guys trailed by 2 at the half, but that's a role that this UConn team this year loved. Rick, 9-0 this year when trailing at the half. Why is it? You guys just like the challenge that we have 20 minutes left and we have to make this up?
No, we come out and we start slow every game for some reason or another, and you know, it was happening all season long. But like you said, You know, we fight to the end, and we don't give up, and we play hard for 40 minutes, and that's what we did all season long.
All right, you head back through the tunnel. You're there in the dome. You're in the locker room. And what does Coach Calhoun say at halftime of the national championship game?
Do you really want to know?
I really want to know, and so does everybody out there.
No, he told us that we're in good shape. We were only down 2 points, and everybody felt that we could win the game. Everybody believed, and we were determined to win the game, and I think that was the most important thing. Everybody showed a lot of character, and you know, once you're faced to play Duke, a lot of teams back down, and we stepped up to the challenge.
Rush, did you notice anything different about this locker room on this given day? I mean, you're playing for the national championship there. You're in the locker room playing Duke down by 2. Was there anything different in the tone, the strategy, the X's and O's of what was portrayed there in the locker room?
To tell you the truth, there was nothing different what we haven't been doing all season long. You know, at halftime we came in there, and usually, you know, the coach usually gets in there a couple of minutes later than we get in there. So we were just talking amongst ourselves like, we got this game. You know, they think that, you know, they can, you know, punk us, and, you know, we're just going to continue to go out there and play defense. And that's what we did. You know, the talk was, you know, high, you know, I say high energy talk, because we was excited. We was pumped up in the locker room. You know, we just wanted to get back out there. We didn't really want to have time. We just wanted to go back out there and play the last 20 minutes.
Rush brings up a good point, and I think it's the attitude of this UConn team compared to this Duke. Did you scare these guys? I mean, that's what it sounds like to a certain extent. It sounds like almost they weren't ready for what you guys were bringing to the table as far as attitude and intensity on that day.
I really think we surprised them, if anything. They didn't think we were going to come out and compete the way we did. We didn't back down, and like I said, that's our character of this team. I mean, we don't care who we're playing against. Early in the season, we had guys come down and scrimmage with us, and it doesn't matter who we're playing. We're going to go out and give it 100% every game.
When you're watching on TV, and even when you're there at press row, because of the magnitude of this dome, it's hard to hear what's going on the floor. How much trash talking was there in this game, or was it a calm, well-played game, or was it really an intense game with a lot of trash talking?
There wasn't any trash talking going on. Everybody let their actions do the talking. Everybody went out and played hard, both teams, and that's the way a championship game should be played. It shouldn't be any talking. It should be, you know, actions on the court.
Rick, talk to me about the second half strategies heading into the second half there. What were the keys, and what should the viewers look out for when they watch the second half of this championship game?
Well, we really wanted to limit Elton Brand to as many touches as he can get, and I think we did a good job of doubling down with Kevin, and Jake did a terrific job of staying out of foul trouble, and we knew that was the key to the game. If Jake could stay out of foul trouble, we had no doubt in our minds that we could win the game.
Rush, he's awful modest, because we all know that he did a heck of a job in the second half, and I think everybody knew that he was going to need to continue doing the job he was doing on the opposing guard there.
Oh, well, he's been doing that all year long, you know, is D'ing up the other guard, you know, causing him hell, and that's one thing that he's been doing since he got in the program, just going out there and just locking this guy down, not letting this guy, you know, see the basket. And he did a good job the second half, you know, limiting Avery and Langdon, you know, to a few shots. And that was, you know, the key to the game right there. You know, we was, you know, doing a pretty good job with Elton Brand, but they still had, you know, 2 guys on the perimeter. And I thought that, you know, we did a great job with limiting those guys, too, to shots.
You guys, the senior co-captains, you've been through a lot in your 4 years, some ups and some awful big downs at times. What did you two say to your teammates? Was there any point where there was a huddle, be it before you went out for the second half or during the second half, that you could share with us?
Well, Coach just wanted us, you know, every time there was a foul out on the court or a dead ball, we wanted to huddle up and keep our composure. And I think we did a great job of keeping our composure and really staying on the same page as one another, and that was the most important thing for this game.
Was there anything specific that was said by either of you at any one point, or was it just let's keep focused?
Just our attitude out on the court. You know, once we came out, you know, I know guys on the team, they were like, what is Ricky doing tonight? And, I just wanted to go out and lead by example and have everybody else play hard.
All right, 20 minutes to the title, folks. The second half, the championship coming, UConn against Duke.